Hello, my name's Swaino and this is the Swaino Show. So the Swaino Show is meant to be about all stuff to do with blues, but today I wanted to talk about this European Super League. So I'm going to try and keep it short. I'll break it down into sections. Feel free to disagree with me. Everything I say is based on what I've read from official sources and just my opinion. So feel free to give a different opinion. And we'll start off with number one. So number one, who is forming this league and who's paying for it? Well, it's being formed by 15 founder clubs, European clubs, 12 of which have been announced, including both Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, and then clubs like Real and Barcelona. And so there's 15 clubs there, well 12 and another 3 to join. 15 clubs, and they've created their own tournament. And it's funded by, well, themselves, I think at least one major bank, but there'll be loads of other investors in this. So they formed essentially what is a replacement or an alternative to the Champions League. So it's a league-based annual tournament culminating in knockout phases and a winner. Now, the difference is these 15 founder clubs will always qualify for the league. Why? Because it's theirs. How exciting is that for fans? Now, there's 5 remaining places, if they get their way, that they want to give to worthy winners of other domestic leagues or cup competitions, and if they qualify, they'll be graciously allowed to compete with these mega rich clubs to win this league, which they won't do anyway because they've got far less money. This new league generates huge amounts of money. It's almost like it's only about money. Now, UEFA has said if you form this league, all the clubs who are in this league will be kicked out of their domestic leagues and all the domestic competitions and all the European competitions, and the players may well be made ineligible to play for their own country. So that's what UEFA are saying, and that's what this new league is up against. Personally, I don't think they care. If they get kicked out, they don't care. And I'll tell you why in number 2. So number 2, why don't they care about the fans? Well, they don't really need the fans. Premier clubs have said for years that they get enough revenue from the TV money and sponsorship advertising that match day receipts don't really account for very much at all, and they could in theory let fans in for nothing. So this new Super League, if it goes ahead, if fans go, great. If they don't go, it doesn't really matter. Fill the stadium with advertising, because basically what's going to happen with this league is it's going to be a streaming league, and I strongly suspect that either this new European Super League, they will either hold broadcasters like Sky, BT and the European counterparts to ransom and say you need to give us millions and millions or you're not getting any coverage, or they'll just do it themselves and make it a purely streaming service, streaming to China and to Asia and to Africa and the United States, and have total control over all of their content, all of the clubs, all of the players, all of the teams. So they're in a win-win situation as far as that's concerned. And if the fans go, great. If they don't, it doesn't matter. All that fans will be for this is an audience. They're like a studio audience for people watching on TV. Ideally, you get a studio audience. If not, you just pipe the sound effects in and fill the place with adverts. It doesn't matter. You're watching the best teams in the world. I don't think they care. And the other thing about fans is, if the European Super League is allowed to continue and stay in, the clubs are allowed to stay in the domestic leagues, then fans are going to be shortchanged. I can see these clubs will be able to get much bigger, enormous, highly paid, highly skilled squads, put their A team in the European Super League, put their B team in the Premier League and the League Cup and the FA Cup. Because the clubs don't care about that competition. They don't care about that. It'll all be about PR. It's saying to the fans, look, we care about you. Look, here we are. We're still competing in the Premier League. Here we are. You can come and see us play. But when you go and see them play, you'll be seeing the B team. You won't be seeing the best players that your club's got. Okay, last one, number 3. What's going to happen? What's the future? Well, if the league does go ahead as they plan, and whether or not other teams come in, these 5 teams come in each season, the fact that these 12 have ripped themselves away from the heart of European football, that'll have a massive and possibly permanently damaging effect, because not only are we removing all of those clubs and their history, this is taking it to the next level. This is taking it to the, we don't give a damn about the fans. You are just background. What we care about is the money and the power, and we get that from creating our own league and streaming it to people who will pay money for it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What are your thoughts on the whole reasoning behind this? And here's a question connected to Blues. If Blues were one of those clubs, yeah, I know, but if Blues were one of those clubs and this was potentially going to happen, how would you feel about that? And you can chat either in the comments here, or feel free to message me on Twitter at Swaino. And as is customary on videos, if you wouldn't mind just give me a little tiny thumbs up, that would really help. And if you want to see more of these wonderful rants and rambles, please subscribe to the channel, and I shall hopefully see you soon. And remember, keep right on.